Welcome to Punctuation for Court Reporters, video number 48, Common Court Reporter Questions. I'm Ken Wick. Let's get started. So this video covers common questions posted by court reporters. And I got my information from the Facebook group Punctuation for Court Reporters, looking at the questions posted on June 16th and June 22nd of this year. So I basically just went down, scrolled down the Facebook group and collected the data. I do realize this is a limited set of data, but I do feel like it represents the questions I've been seeing since being in the group. So, and I broke down the questions into two types. The first type is what I call non-punctuation questions, and the second type will be punctuation questions. So let's first look at the non-punctuation questions. And they represent about 42% of the posted questions. The first one, about 22% of the questions are, I can't make out this word or these words, please help me. About 11% of the questions regard transcript formatting, meaning how would you format the transcript in this situation. And about 3% of the questions represent what would be the best parenthetical to write in this situation. About another 3% of the questions represent what is the meaning of this word or expression. And then the last one, about another 3%, is how should I write this misspoken word? And I relate this to the use of sick. So there are the top non-punctuation questions. Now, my focus is punctuation, and it would be very hard, or my focus is not really, you really can't write a book or videos on this, the top one, the 22%. You just have to see the video and try to make it out and help your fellow court reporter. But some of these you can be addressed in videos, but that is not my focus. So my focus is punctuation, so I want to get to the top 5 punctuation questions. And they represent about 55% of the posted questions. 20% of questions are questions about hyphenated words, usually hyphenated adjectives, like would you hyphenate this? And just so you know, I have videos on punctuation, and I believe if you go watch videos number 43 and 44 that you could probably get a good idea of how to hyphenate generally these compound adjectives. 11% regard word capitalization, and 3% numbered references. I do have the video, maybe it's on the next line. There it is. So word capitalization, I have videos, a couple of videos on capitalization, and numbered references is actually covered in video number 17. Do you capitalize paragraph, line, chapter, book? For that capitalization with numbered references, also the word number. Questionnaire number 13. So this is covered in video 17 and general capitalization in those videos. About 6% regard number formatting, and here I do have a set of videos on formatting numbers, and 2% of this, of the 6, represents commas with dates. And if you go to video number 33, you could get the answers to this question, or to that commas with dates. 4% regard comma usage, and just looking through the questions, now I do have a series on comma usage, but I feel like the ones that are coming up generally are in these videos number 10 and 11. Not all of them. And 2%, now the top 5, I'm going to have 7 here because the last 3 are all sort of tied. statistically for my sample set. So use of the word sick, and I don't have any videos on the word of use sick. So 2% is basically the question is, should I use an apostrophe? And I cover that in video number 39. And also then there's questions about mid-sentence questions. So how do you handle a mid-sentence question? You put commas, you put dashes. Well, that's covered in videos 18 and 19. If you have questions about that, I'd go there. So future videos. Here's what I plan to do for, because of these questions, because I can tell you, oh, these are the common questions, but I don't know if that's really helping you because you're still going to have the questions. So my goal is to, you know, with definitely new court reporters or people learning court reporting, to share the rules. But in this case, if these are the questions that are coming up, then my goal would be to make some videos on these. And I just don't want to regurgitate the rules. So what I want to do is, I want to have a video on hyphenated words, but I can cover the rule, but I want to get into maybe here are some examples, or maybe here's a new flow chart to help, or here's what this source says, something that can help you with hyphenating words. I'm personally going to go back to my videos and in my rule book and see if these situations, if I can identify the words. So maybe my focus would be examples and tools to use to help you hyphenate words. Same thing for capitalization. I just don't want to regurgitate the rules. It's best to, say, well, here's maybe some examples of capitalization. Just run through a set of examples, and through the examples we learn the rules and also ideas about general ideas of capitalization. Number formatting, the same thing. We can look at what are the common questions, and then look at different situations that are popping up. It's almost like working through a series of exercises is how I plan some of these videos. And they may be quite informative because as you see people working through, it helps you learn the concepts. The use of the word sick. Now, I don't have anything on this. I don't have a video on this or anything in one of my books. So I think this is a good topic, is when do you use sick? And the use of the apostrophe, same thing. This creates hyphenated words and apostrophes. When do I use this? I'm not too sure. So a video on that, maybe, like I said, a flow chart, some examples, working through examples. And then what I call, seems like all the other punctuation related questions are always these, what I call tough sentences. They're not, you don't always get all these series of nice, nice sentences that you can format, but they're these, maybe complicated sentences where people are breaking streams of thought. So I figured maybe with all the other miscellaneous questions that came up, like use of the period and the dash and the slash that I saw, maybe it's just going through some tough examples and saying, let's break these down and see what's going on. And that way, it may help you learn punctuation. And then this is actually unrelated to punctuation, but maybe I can include some stuff on transcript formatting, maybe just going through some of the posts and situations to help people. Maybe I'll add this to like a Google Doc, or maybe I'll put it into add it as a ending section to one of my books about just transcript formatting questions. And that's it. Please subscribe if you want to see those videos. If you want to see these videos that I'm going to post, please subscribe so you see them when they come up. If you like this video, please hit like. And please check out my videos and ebook, books and ebook. Thank you.